Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and I'm going to be doing my next What Sold, which will be for last weekend, which was February 25th through the 27th. I just finished the other one. We are going out of town next week, so I'm trying to get a bunch of videos done and comps done for some of my haul videos, so we'll have stuff to release next week. We are going to still, I think, somehow, some way, try to do a live on Wednesday. It may just be me sitting somewhere talking for a little bit, or if I get up the nerve, maybe I'll have my phone and be in one of the bins and just show you some of the stuff we're finding. It really depends, but we're going to try to figure out by Wednesday how to do it. If you didn't know, I have started doing a Wednesday live, kind of like a work day, although I think I end up talking way more than working, which is fine because I enjoy talking with the ladies that join me, Lori and Elizabeth, and then answering questions and just chatting with other people as they come online and share stuff, or just want to ask questions. So, but I do it at 11 o'clock Eastern time every Wednesday. But like I've mentioned before, we are going to Missouri to visit family and do another sourcing trip to the St. Louis bins. And we may go through Nashville again and stop there. We haven't really decided what we're going to do as far as getting there and coming back. So that's going to be next week. I am going to end up turning all of my stores off except eBay, and then put eBay in vacation mode. So of course my sales are going to go, but that's okay. It's okay. All right. I'm sharing, of course, eBay solds for last weekend, and then I have one Facebook and one Bonanza. It's slow all over as far as the other platforms. But I did decide this week that every morning I'm going to try to cross-list 5 or so listings to all of my other platforms to kind of see if I can, kind of like with the eBay mentality, you need to list consistently in hopes that, the algorithm works in your favor. So that's what I've been doing. And after 2 days of just cross-listing to these platforms, I made a Mercari sale this morning. So we'll see. Bonanza is another whole issue. That sales are slow there, but you don't have to do anything, and I love that. All right, let's do some sharing. I have a board right here. If you guys notice me looking this way, it's because my sale prices are on that board. All right, first item is this Fisher-Price Wheelies Princess lot. These were from the St. Louis trip in December. I always pick these up. Usually they're all by Fisher-Price Little People. A lot of times it's just the characters from the Little People series, but they do some of them, not Marvel, but like Batman and all of them. And then they have the Princess series. I did find these 3 vehicles, and I ended up selling them for $11.50. This is from the high bid estate sale that we did last year. Bought a ton of stuff online. Spent like almost $600. I have just been blown away with all the profit that we made from that. I stopped actually calculating it at this point. It was thousands of dollars, and I still have some stuff out in the building, but most of it was listed. This is a Dakin Striker dog. He was from the '94 Olympics. And it sold for best offer of $20, and I think it went to Canada. This is Thai Paw Patrol. This was one of the ones, usually the Thai sell for a couple of bucks each, and I usually try to make lots, but when I looked this up, I had a couple of them. This tracker dog seemed to do better by himself, so I went ahead and listed him, and he sold for the $8.96. My bread and butter is like $8 to $12. I sell a lot in that price range now. Sure, I love the $100 sales, but those are the ones that are paying my bills. And I do take some offers that are less because it's all right. It gets it out the door, especially the older stuff that just needs to be gone at this point. And I have pennies in because a lot of my stuff is bought at yard sales and the Goodwill bins, consignment sales, and thrift stores. So it's all good. This is Hasbro Play-Doh Lightning McQueen Cars playset. When I buy these and they've been opened, I do remove the Play-Doh. I just do not want to sell used Play-Doh. So I just always list that in there. And then if it's missing any pieces, sometimes I keep them with the box, but not always. I did this set. I think I paid 50 cents or $1 at a yard sale for it. And it ended up selling for $9.86. Now, I did have a viewer tell me in the comments one time that she got a bureau complaint or strike for using Play-Doh, spelt Playdoh. That is Hasbro. There's a lot of non-Hasbro dough tools and all kinds of stuff. So just be careful if you're listing something that makes sure that it is Hasbro or Play School, which is, they're the same. But you don't ever want to use Play-Doh spelt that way for non-Hasbro stuff. Just teachable moment right there. This is from Soft Things. I think that's a vintage. The tags look very vintage to me. They don't have dates or anything on them. This was a white dog plush, large, 12-inch. Did have wires in its legs, so I guess it was kind of sort of posable. And it sold for $8.96. Yo Gabba Gabba. I just talked about Rubba Dubbers, Yo Gabba Gabba, and Wow Wow Wubsy. I did pick this up recently. I think it was at an estate sale. Paid $1, I believe, for it. And it is Yo Gabba Gabba. Plex is that character, and it was a microphone toy. And listed it high. I could only find the red guy. Munoz is his name. But I couldn't really find any like this. So I just kind of kept my price up there a little bit. And it sold for $35.95. This is Woody Toys. That's the brand. It was just a cute little stork holding a little baby. And it sold for $11.66. This is Hasbro Baby Alive. It's from 2017. This is the type, it tucked inside of itself. I'll show you a picture here. You could tuck the body inside and then it was like this baby in a pouch. It did sell for $13.45. Lovies, always. This is Swiggles. I believe that's like Dollar General or Dollar Tree or one of those brands. But I tend to do well with it. It's just, you know, once a kid gets attached to a lovey, then it does. At that point, you know, the parent's going to pay what they need to pay to get a backup or a replacement. And I ended up selling it for $13.45. This is Pottery Barn Kids. It sold very quickly. I have found in the past that Pottery Barn Kids just does not sell well for me. It doesn't sell fast. And it's like I have one thing that I actually just pulled out of my store because it's been listed forever. And I went ahead and put it over in my booth. Just sometimes you gotta let it go. Let it go. But this was a 16-inch West Elm, must be the series or something. Cute little unicorn. Sold, I think, within the week that I listed it for best offer of $10. This is Russ Bear. His name was Sean. It was one of those ones that the name is written on the tag. Very vibrant green. Anything that's colorful, I tend to go ahead and pick up. Russ is a slow seller for me as far as the bears. Some of the other things are okay, but I'm still going to pick them up. I need to save them. And, you know, eventually somebody's going to want that particular. It's going to be a bear from their past and it's going to get purchased. He sold for $9.86. I picked this up at Goodwill recently, the one in the town next to us. I did pay $2.99 for it because it was just so unique and I had never seen it before. I wanted the quick sell. I got a best offer of $10, which I did accept. This was from the High Bid Online estate sale also. This was Elizabeth Arden. I'm not sure what it was used. It was a very unique plush. It was actually stuffed with like foam, a solid piece of foam. I'm not sure if maybe it came with perfume or jewelry or something. I don't know. But it was unique, so I went ahead and listed it. I have a couple of them, and I was going to do a lot, but they ended up, I kept them all separate because they were so different, and this one was definitely more unique. It sold for, I think, the $17.95. Yep. Milton Bradley puzzles. This was a kid puzzle. A lot of times we buy, could be like a whole bunch of puzzles at one time, and then Robert will set the kitty ones aside, and then when we're kind of bored with the other puzzles that we're working on, he'll go ahead and put several of them together for me. Quick pictures, they're quick to put together, and I took a best offer of $7.50 for this. This is Animal Adventure. I love that brand. I have found the older the dates on them, the faster and better they sell for. This one was from 2015, and I sold it for best offer of $20. This has been listed forever. I'm pretty sure I picked it up at the Goodwill bins years ago. And there was actually, I don't ever remember seeing offers or anything on this until I started doing the whole delete and sell similar, or end and sell similar. So, but I finally got some activity on it, and I got a best offer of $10, which I did accept. Just needed it to be gone. It was large too. This is a Chosun Heart to Heart. I picked this up at an estate sale. I think I paid a couple of dollars for it. It actually had the red heart with it, the one that you squeeze it and it makes like a beating heart sound. But I removed it and put it with a higher dollar version of this bear. So I listed this one without the heart by itself, and it sold for the $40.45. I've been digging through the boxes out there from the High Bid estate sale that I went to. What's left is a lot of like McDonald's and Burger King and all of that kinds of stuff. And it's just all thrown into boxes. I need at some point to sort, but I did find these two that I thought were unique. Again, it's the advertising pharmaceutical stuff. It was for Suprax, which I think is some kind of like antibiotic or whatever. Listed it, sold it within an hour, best offer of $10. It was just these little 3-inch figures, but they both had Suprax on the back. This, I just bought this at an estate sale, I think last weekend. I think I paid $1 for it. It was a vintage wind-up timer. It was by Mark Time. I just loved the little flower design there. And again, it sold within the week of me listing it for best offer of $10. This is Sega Toys. I'm not even going to try. Plush bear. Very unique. I think I picked it up at the bins also. I ended up taking a best offer of $17 for it. When sales are slow, you know, if you're going to make a profit, and so a lot of times I check the comps, and if there's been none that have sold recently, I just go ahead and accept the offers. It's just ready to get stuff moved. This is Carter's. Love that brand. It is so cute. This is from 2016. A lot of times Carter's and Kids Preferred are the same. You know, the tag will say both of their names on it. So I usually will put Carter's first and Kids Preferred at the end of the title. I ended up selling this for $26.95. Another lovey. Love to pick them up. This is by Banana Fish. I've picked it up a couple of times, and it sold for $8.05. These are from I went to the Habitat Restore and bought a tote that was full of the chunky Fisher-Price Little People. these vehicles were in there. These are the cars that go to the roller coaster from the 90s. I ended up with 2 sets. I think I ended another large lot of them that I had, and then I mixed everything up. These sold for the $8.05. I've sold these and then another 2 of the figures already. So I've made like $16 just on 4 items from that, and I paid $50 for all of it. It was a large lot. These are Just Born Peeps. I tend to put 2 of them together a lot of times and list them for like $9.95 or $12.95, and they don't last very long. I ended up selling these for best offer of $10. This is Fiesta. This is Sammy Squirrel. Just a cute plush. Had a little camera there like he's a tourist. And it sold for $8.96. These were also from the online estate sale. Just digging through the boxes, I found 3 of these. They're from Burger King, and they were like pretend Game Boy games. It was supposed to have some kind of medallion or something inside each one of them. I did not have that at all. Just went ahead and put the 3 together, and they sold for $8.96. This is, I bought a couple of these at an estate sale. Probably paid $1 or $2 for them. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're the 12-inch Playmates plush. This one was from 2003. It sold for $26.95. This is, I find these once in a while. It's lambs, and they'll be holding a clover leaf that says Ireland. I love Ireland, or Ireland on them. They don't last very long. Listed this, I think I sold it within the month for $8.96. This was a cute Walmart. I love Walmart plush. This was a little cute 8-inch dog, and it sold for $22.45. Let me see, show you the tag. Yeah, it's an older one. You can't, it's kind of blurry, sorry, but it just says marketed by Walmart stores. And then this was my big sale for the weekend. This was from the collab that I did with the Hustle couple. We both bought boxes from the Goodwill Blue Box, and this was in one of my boxes. Almost all of them, well, I've bought 10 boxes total from them. Every single box has had a large plush in it. This was one of the large plush in these 2 boxes. It was from Best Made Toys, 40 inches long moose pillow plush. I always use those words, especially when you're getting into the bigger ones, because more than likely it might be used as a pillow. It was from 2014 and sold it for $80.96. Now the 2 boxes completely cost me about $70. And then 2 more sales. One is Facebook, one is Bonanza. This is from Mattel. It's the Emotions series. I got a sweet message. This girl remembered this plush from her childhood, and she actually asked me if I could wait till her payday. So I marked it pending, and then she came right back on her payday and purchased it from me. So, you know, a lot of times when people ask me to hold something, especially on Facebook, because it's easy because you can mark it pending. On eBay, you know, you've got to end it and wait for them, and it's just, I don't normally do that type of stuff. But on Facebook, a lot of times I will, because it is easy, and I've never had any issues with somebody not coming back and buying it when they needed it. But she did pay $13 for this rabbit. Very cute. I have a couple of them actually, so it's funny that she found this one when she says she's been looking for it for a while. And then I picked this up recently, I think at one of the estate sales that I went to. It was by Little Miracles, and I've bought Lovey's by that brand, and they tend to do really well for me. So this was a larger plush. It was one of those like Pillow Pets, but it was by Little Miracles, not by Pillow Pet. And it was 15 inches long. I have several pictures here that it opened up just like them. But it sold on Bonanza almost immediately for $29.95. You know, every one of these platforms has their following. They have the people that only will purchase on that site. So that's why I love cross-listing with List Perfectly, because not specifically Bonanza, because it does it itself through eBay, but you know, somebody may only want to shop on Mercari or on Posh or any of those sites. So it's just a good idea to, you know, not put all your eggs in one basket, like they say. You know, I'm just going to start this year trying to get more and more and more stuff cross-listed to all the platforms. And, you know, just that way when one is having issues, that there's something wrong, like fourth quarter ended up being with eBay, you know, I wished I had had more stuff cross-listed, because maybe it would have picked up the slack for me. So that's just my thoughts on all of this. All right, I better get going. All right, bye.